Welcome back to the SMT YouTube channel. We're going to be discussing T-Mobile here today and comparatively their place within the industry. This article was just printed from Alan Friedman over at the Phone Arena. I'll link it for you guys so you can get more of the details, but I just want to take a look at a couple of key pieces, and I want to analyze or tear down why T-Mobile is being downgraded by analysts. And really what it's about is it's about comparison between T-Mobile, AT&T, and Verizon. All right, so you guys can go through the numbers here, the details about like how the stocks are doing, you know, down or up on the year, whatever. I just want to take a look at this angle though. All right, and this is what I believe to be the most important thing for this video. Right here. A key bank analyst says that T-Mobile doesn't have the presence in fiber internet to compete with its rivals. Both AT&T and Verizon added fiber as the former purchased Lumen's fiber business for $5.75 billion in May. In September last year, Verizon paid $20 billion for Frontier. So I want to speak to this, right? T-Mobile is just now dabbling into fiber, and they're moving in very slowly. Metronet was just cleared. They acquired Lumos. Does T-Mobile even have 10 million fiber passings yet? You know, is that going to be the goal by the end of the year or the end of next year or 2030? I don't know where they're going to be. But AT&T has native fiber in 30 million passings today. And they're going to grow that number to like 50 or 60 million. They're going to double it by the end of the decade probably. Verizon has, I think, 20 million passings natively with Verizon Fios. Right? And then they just acquired Frontier, which is one of the bigger fiber providers that isn't Verizon or AT&T, right? Not Comcast cable or Spectrum cable, right? So my point is those companies have already established their convergence. They've had it for years, and they've increased them, especially AT&T with Lumen with their fiber business. Remember, they didn't take their copper. They just wanted the fiber, and they're in some key markets. So T-Mobile's way back. Like they're like what, a decade or two behind on this, right? That's how long AT&T and Verizon have been in the wireline business. And you know, Verizon, for what it's worth, has been investing in fiber for the last 2 decades. AT&T, same thing. They started their fiber business last decade, right? So with T-Mobile being last in their own space in the mobile operators who are also fiber operators, they're way back. They're also back in MVNO. AT&T has a bigger deal with Dish. T-Mobile didn't. I don't know what the hell they were doing there. That was their deal. They messed that up. You know, they don't seem to play nicely with other companies as well as Verizon does. Not to say that AT&T is, you know, perfect or anything, but like Verizon has been playing very nicely with MVNOs, especially with big cable. And the last thing they mentioned here in the article is the dirty laundry effect. The company once called the Un-carrier, you know, creating customer pain points. See, the thing is T-Mobile's not in the same space that it was before. They're no longer operating as the small, tiny player that's trying to disrupt the market. The disruption's already done. They already absorbed and consumed Sprint and eliminated a provider. They even surpassed AT&T in this process. So there's no reason to be Un-carrier. There's no reason to be disruptive. May they want to disrupt in fiber where they go? Like, that could be a thing. But even then, like, how much can you really disrupt in home broadband? It's really just about being first to fiber, and then you take those customers and you keep them forever. Like, that's the end of the game. You want to get a 20-year customer when you invest in fiber and in the passing. So, man, this is a really interesting read. I think you guys should check out the rest of it. It's definitely worth a look. You know, do I agree with the statement? You know, will they lag behind AT&T and Verizon? Well, first of all, AT&T and Verizon are beat up pretty bad. You know, T-Mobile was sky high flying, right? And what goes up must come down, and maybe they're overvalued and they don't have the growth promise they once had. You know, and that's okay. Maybe it's just the natural progression of a stock and that sort of thing. But they've got a new COO, Chief Operating Officer. Seemingly their CEO, Mike Sievert, is probably going to be walking away from the company soon. And by soon, maybe 26 or something like that. It's kind of the evolution of the company. We'll see how it all plays out. But, you know, do I understand the analyst position? I do. Do I agree with everything in their position? Perhaps. Perhaps there's some credence to what they're stating. Is it because of fiber? Is that why they'll lag the industry? I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. I'm kind of undecided on that, but we'll see how fast they can scale that fiber. Maybe they'll surprise people with how they scale that. We'll see. Let me know your thoughts and opinions, though. Drop me some comments. Like, share, subscribe. Check out some more videos. We'll see you guys soon on the next one.